When a Slopeside Spotlight resonates, it travels. Hello, everyone. I'm Celine McArthur, your Slopeside Storyteller. WMUR's Chronicle is here at Bretton Woods, spotlighting the powerful partnership between Bretton Woods and New England Disabled Sports that helps people living with disabilities defy the odds, break down barriers, and expand what's possible on this mountain. They're here to meet the people you first met in our Slopeside Spotlight. If you missed it, here's that story. Meet Kenyon Tuthill. He's getting ready to ski, strapping into his gear, checking his equipment, and preparing for a day on the slopes. But there's something you may not realize right away. Kenyon is blind. Kenyon's journey to the trails of Bretton Woods is anything but ordinary. He's a retired police officer, shot by a man he pulled over at a traffic stop on Long Island back in May of 1986.
I stopped the guy. He had no muffler on his car. Pulled him over, and his inspection was overdue, and his license was revoked. I was trying to explain to him how I could help him out getting a restricted license so he could go back and forth to work or school. And he looked me in the eye and he said, "I'm not going to do that. I'm going to settle this with you." You know, kind of shrugged it off and let him go. And a couple hours later, he kind of snuck up on me with a 12-gauge shotgun. He was trying to blow my head off, but he missed and blew off my face. So that's pretty much it. You know, I remember sitting up in the car and, you know, touching my face, and it was just nothing there, you know. What you see here is over 50 surgical procedures and 8.5 years worth of work. You know, I'm totally blind in my left eye and legally blind in my right.
Kenyon says he was surprised when a friend, a ski instructor here at Bretton Woods, encouraged him to try skiing.
And he said to me, "You know, you look like you're athletic. How come you don't ski?" And I said, "Lenny, I can't see. How am I going to ski?" And he said, "Seeing is overrated."
In 2009, that friend introduced him to NEDS, which stands for New England Disabled Sports.
New England Disabled Sports is a year-round adaptive sports program where we serve individuals who live with physical and cognitive disabilities.
Jessica Harney chairs the board of directors for NEDS. She says her sister Kim and her entire family benefited from the program back when they were kids.
Having skiing come into our lives as a family, I think, changed our entire family portrait. It allowed us to have something that we could do together.
The program relies on about 200 volunteers, many serving as coaches and guides.
I think that the staff here at Bretton Woods really embraces our athletes, our coaches. They're helpful, they're willing to work with us and take in any type of adaptive lesson that we put out there. The terrain is open, it's wide, it's gradual, and there's a little bit of everything.
Kenyon skis once a week, has been for years, with the support of dedicated volunteers, including his coach, Jack Daly.
Because of his lack of eyesight, Kenyon, in his mind, divides the ski into 5 segments. Number 5 being the furthest out on the skier's right, and number 1 being the farthest on the skier's left coming down the slope. So our headset, I'm using the command, if he's out in 4 or 5, I don't want him out there, I want him in 3. So if he's out there, I'll say 4, 4, 4, and then he'll know he has to move to the left to get into 3.
Kenyon treasures his time with Jack and the NEDS community.
This one, I can get emotional talking about these folks. They're the heart and soul of this whole program. You know, being a cop, you see a lot of the worst of people. Here you see the best of people. I mean, they're doing this for nothing. They do this. You're seeing the best of people, and it makes you a better person. I really believe that. You know, it can restore your faith in humanity.
As soon as we know when the MUR segment airs, we'll share it with you. In the meantime, if Jack and Kenyon's story inspired you, there are ways you can help more people have more amazing memories. We're hosting a Lift Up Our Community chairlift auction to support NEDS. Bid on a one-of-a-kind retired Fabian's Express triple chair, custom painted by local artist Emily Royal. Every dollar supports adaptive equipment, volunteers, and access on this mountain. You can learn more at brettonwoods.com, and we'll see you here.